All right, rebels, let me get organized here. Welcome to the beginning of something different. This is Podcaster's Business Insider, the daily show where creators stop playing small and start building like business owners. Here, we don't chase downloads for vanity. We build systems, strategies, and shows that actually pay the bills. If you've ever felt stuck recording into the void, wondering if your podcast will ever grow into more than just a hobby, this is where the guesswork ends because you're not just a podcaster. You're a founder, a strategist, a builder. And together, we're going to turn your microphone into a media empire. So buckle up, pod rebels, because clarity beats chaos, strategy beats hustle, and momentum beats perfection. Let's get into it. Let me just rearrange some stuff here because it's a little annoying on my end for me to be looking down all the time. So, first and foremost, I apologize for yesterday's not being on live. I want to send out a very special, heartfelt, gratitude-filled thank you to all the veterans for their sacrifice. For yesterday was Remembrance Day here in Canada and Veterans Day in the United States. So all you vets out there, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your sacrifice is greatly appreciated, and we are undervaluing you as a vet for your sacrifice. So thank you so much for your sacrifice that you have made in order for me and everybody else to be able to live in a free country where we can voice our opinions and live in a country where we can have live in a world where we can have different points of views and express them how we see fit without being chastised. So let's get into today's that's enough for that. That's enough of that. Let's get in today's episode. Let me paint you a picture. Everywhere you look right now, creators are dropping video clips like confetti, reels, shorts, talking head videos, cinematic edits. And if you're a rebel podcaster just trying to stay consistent, it can feel like you're already behind. You start thinking, if I'm not doing video, am I even a real podcaster anymore? That's the pressure of the creator economy right now. That quiet comparison that sneaks in and whispers that you need more gear, more edits, more angles, when all you want is to create something meaningful and sustainable. Today's conversation is for every rebel who's ever felt that pressure. Because yes, video is powerful, but it's also expensive, time consuming, and not required to build a profitable show. Today, we're going to be breaking down what the data actually says. Who should focus on video, who shouldn't, and how to choose the lane that fits your season, not someone else's highlight reel. Let me just put my phone on mute before it starts pinging and binging and ringing, and should have done this beforehand. But c'est la vie. Oh. All right. Let's get into today's news articles. Both news articles come from Podnews. Article number 1 is new research reveals the true cost difference between video and audio podcasting. Video is far more expensive than most creators assume. Believe me, we do video, and it can get pricey, and we're cutting it really. Screw it, I'll just say cheap, because there's no funds. in the coffers. So we need to do as close to free as possible. Creators everywhere are exhausting their time and budget chasing video trends they can't sustain. This research gives podcasters permission to choose what's realistic without guilt or comparison. My takes: you don't really need video to succeed. Audio can take you far, and the data behind it does really back it. Video does help, though. It helps quite a bit, but you have to do the video right. If you can do the video right, then it's not going to become as cumbersome or as expensive. We show you how to do it right, so it doesn't become cumbersome or expensive. If your schedule is tight, my schedule is extremely tight. Video can drain creativity and sustainability and aesthetics. You don't want to be able to drain your resources because you are the creator of everything that you're doing. So what you want to do is create realistic timelines. There's a reason why we do shorts. There's two reasons why we do lives. Reason number one, zero editing. What you see is what you get. This is the live stuff, even the stuff that I hum and haw and filler words, tons of filler words and hiccups. There's zero editing. The only editing I do is the day after, where I create the shorts, because YouTube doesn't let me pull the stream right off the bat. But that's okay. That's fine. That's okay. It's all good. And the second reason is, well, the second reason ties in with the first reason. What you see is what you get. I spend no time editing in a live. Don't need to. I want you to see who I am as a person. The only time where I actually do a lot of editing are the videos that I upload onto YouTube. Those are edited, but they're only like 10, 15 minutes long. And I record 6 weeks to a month to 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks, basically, in one shot. So I'll do like December and January. And then once January comes around, I'll do February and March. Once March comes around, you see what I'm doing? I'm giving myself that buffer. So I have content that's recorded. See, I can't edit that out, that burp. I can't edit it out because it's live. But that content can be staggered off one at a time. So I have 6 weeks in advance. I have 6 weeks already scheduled in YouTube. I don't have to worry about 6 weeks into the future. What I am worried about is week 7 right now, which I'm going to be editing on today. I'll probably do it Sunday. Yeah, I'll probably do it Sunday. I'm looking at my calendar. I have my calendar and everything is like, everything that I have to do is there because I can't keep it here. There's too much going on up here. So it's up on my calendar, on my wall right here. The other thing, the podcast, the long form podcast, the only editing I do is, and I talked with Roy. If you didn't watch the episode, please watch it on YouTube. It's under podcasts. Please watch it. Roy Coughlin. He's amazing. I've known him for years. He's an amazing guest, an amazing human being, doing really great work. The only editing I do during the podcast is the intro, which is a minute, and I cut out the beginning and the end, and that's it. Everything else is as is. It's an hour-long episode, and I'm not going to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours listening to trying to remove all the pauses, all the ums and filler words. I'm not going to do that because it's a regular conversation between two people, and we need that. That is a normal thing that humans do, are the long pauses. The pause where you actually stop and think about the answer that you want to give because maybe the question was really deep. I want that in there. So I don't cut that stuff out. Like, I mean, if somebody does walk down those stairs, then yeah, okay. Somebody, I hear a doorbell or my phone rings or um, laundry goes off. Yeah, I'll edit that part out, but that's it. Like, that's it. Like, and I'll put markers so I know exactly where to go. So I'm not spending time editing on an hour podcast episode. Neither should you. Neither should you. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to run your podcast. But to save your own headache and to save your own sanity, that is something that you should be looking at. Article number 2, Podnews press release. Industry analysis breaks down the long-term ROI of video versus audio for the modern podcasters. This report shows what high-performing creators already know. Video might get you discovered, but audio builds loyalty, retention, and long-term trust. It's another thing that I want to throw in there. We'll go into my takes, and I'll add it into my takes as well. My take number 1, video equals attention, audio equals loyalty. Understanding the difference is the rebel advantage. Creators who balance both intentionally, like we do here at Podcasters Business Insider, Control Alt Delete, and there's a new podcast coming up in the new year. We are doing that, and we're doing this intentionally, not out of pressure. Win the long game. Strategy beats hustle every single time. What I wanted to throw in there, study shows that most people listen to podcasts. They don't watch podcasts. Why? Most of the time when people are listening to a podcast or consuming the content from a podcast, they're either in transit, so they're either in a bus, a train, a car, something, a plane, or a boat. They have, so long as they have access to the internet, they can listen to your episode. To watch it, most people listen to podcasts while they're at work. I used to, when I was working at the hospital in the IT department. I used to listen to podcasts. I'd put it on YouTube. Minimize that screen, and I would just listen to the content. You retain more through listening than you do through watching. And you need to understand that. So while, yes, the video is important and we do invest a lot of time and we are investing some money into the video aspect of it, our audio is more important than the video. Because I understand that when you listen to something, you consume it 10 times more than when you see something. So that's very important for you to take into consideration when you're pushing out your podcasts. Audio first and video. So let's get into the main theme of the day. Audio versus video versus audio. What's actually best for the rebel podcasters? Let's zoom out a little bit here. There's a quiet pressure wave going through the podcasting world. A belief that if you're not filming everything, you're already behind. The truth is, video is a multiplier, not a foundation. Most creators start multiplying before they even have something stable in place, where audio wins. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's easier to maintain, there's lower burnout, there's higher completion rates, stronger listener loyalty, binge listening actually happens. So audio is your engine. Where video wins, this is the amplifier. Discoverability. It's easier for people to find you. Searchability on YouTube and Google. Remember, Google owns YouTube. Repurposing. Personal brand visibility. Stronger hooks for new listeners. So your video now becomes your billboard. See how that works? The rebel rule for 2025, 2026 is if you're still establishing consistency, stick to audio. If you're consistent, add simple, low maintenance video. If your workflow is systemized, level up to full production. This removes the guilt, removes the pressure, and puts you back in control of your growth. I want to throw something in here. I want to make sure you guys understand something. It is easier to record something with video first, strip the video from the audio, and then just pull the audio, put it into Audacity or GarageBand. And then you can change it into an MP3 there. It's easier to do that. Why is that easier and why is that more effective and I'd say a better play for you? The reason why I say to do that is because when you start to level up, when you start to become consistent and you're like, oh, you know what, maybe I should get into the video game a little bit. You already have the video aspect of the podcast, the video and the audio. So all you have to do is just upload that episode into YouTube or Rumble or BitChute, and you've got the video and audio. So you already have the content already there. So recording video first, strip the video from the audio, keep the audio, and just store the video and the audio somewhere else on a hard drive or something. That way, when you're ready to level up to video, you're good to go. My suggestion, just go flat out video, but do it right. Do it with a very low maintenance, low entry point. It's easier for you because then you create your system. And then from the system, you get to grow that way. So I want you to pick one lane this week. I think we just went out that way. Audio only rebel, record 2 episodes and finalize your editing template. Lock in your consistency. Hybrid rebel. Set one camera angle, no fancy transitions, no perfection, or full-blown video. Build a repeatable lighting and framing setup that activates in 10 seconds. Production is not about art, it's about process. Personally, I would look at a hybrid rebel. If I were starting off, which I was and I am doing the hybrid. One camera, $20 off of Amazon, one microphone. Microphone can cost you about $100, $150. Microphone I'm using is a little bit more expensive, but I won it. I won it off of an event. So this microphone costed me nothing. Lighting. I have my lighting here and I have another one behind me and I have all this lighting behind me. I mean, and another trick is I'm using the lighting from one of the screens that I have. I have 3 monitors. I'm a nerd that way. Just okay, don't judge. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And I have a white screen on all the monitors, so I get that extra reflection of white. Like if I minimize this one, you can see the difference a little bit. See the difference? Let's bring that one back up. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. And we'll bring that one up. Okay. Get a little bit more light. So I'm looking at how do I find cheap ways to get good results. I don't want to invest in camera. I don't want to invest in a SLR. I don't want to invest in a video camera. It's too much money. I don't want to put in that money. I'd rather put the money in the Raspberry Pi and start building my farm, which makes me money. That's what I would rather do. So just pick one. Pick one of those 3, either audio only, hybrid, or full-blown video. If you've got the budget, go full-blown video. Save yourself the headache. If you don't got the budget and you have a little bit of a budget, go hybrid. If you have no budget, just do audio. But it also depends on the type of podcast that you're going to run. There are some podcasts that only require audio. I'll tell you one thing. All podcasts require only audio. Unless you're doing presentations, there's no need for video. Video is remember, the video part of your podcast is the billboard. And it's important because that's where you pull your clips to throw it onto social media, to wherever. Most likely social media. So that's what you want to do. Whether you choose audio, video, or both, remember this. You don't win by looking polished. You win by showing up consistently. Most creators burn out because they build systems they can't sustain, not because they weren't talented. Be the rebel who stays in the game. Download your free 15 steps to kickstart your podcast checklist, your roadmap to clarity, consistency, and strategy. And join the Rebel Intel newsletter, the home of insider knowledge, weekly breakdowns, and the mindset to stay unstoppable. And as always, long live the rebellion.